What's going on, guys? Daddy Bill here. This is going to be our first video on some of the toys that we got. I got two Polaris 90s. One of them right now is in working condition, just having an issue with too much gas getting into the carburetor. I did take it apart last week and put it back together after cleaning it out. And I did notice that the set pin is actually quite sticky. It's a little metal casing, cylinder casing with a really tiny rubber point to it, and sometimes that point is not so soft anymore. It hardens up and it won't seal the gap that it needs to once the float goes back down. This one right here is the one that is in working condition. She'll fire up real nice when the gas is on and whatnot, if it's not flooded, and eventually it just it bogs out. It's getting too much gas and it's overflowing from the bottom of the bowl, and we need to fix that. So this is the one that me and my buddy Scooter just rebuilt the engine on, put new gaskets on it, new piston head and all that stuff in there. And I noticed that I don't have everything I need for the carburetor on this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and snag this carburetor, top end throttle carburetor. I'm going to snag that one, pull the bowl out of there, see if the setting pin is a little bit nicer on that one. If it is, we're going to take it and we're going to transfer it onto this one in here. You can't really see it. It's because this bike isn't tore apart like the other one is. All right, we're back. We got everything moved out a little bit, so I got room on both sides. The one that's working is in front, one we're taking the carburetor off of. We are also taking the carburetor off of this one, but we are taking the float out of this one in hopes that it works better with a better setting pin in this one that we can put into this one. I do have new carburetors coming for both of them, but I would like to have more than just one or two toys working here. So let's hop, skip, and a jump to it. All right, we got our trusty 8mm on a 1/4-inch socket. That is going to be, I don't know if you guys can see, it's going to be for these bolts right here. And those are the ones. Let me see if I can get you guys in there better. It's going to be for this bolt right here. This one right here. Those are two 8mm, one on this side, one on this side, and then the back side of it is just held on by a hose clamp. And then of course you want to just loosen this screw right here for your choke cable. Just loosen it enough so that bracket lets loose and you can slide the wire out of there. And then you just want to tip the choke up and slide the wire out so you can free it up, and I'll show you guys that as well. So let's get to it. Oh no, I think I put the camera in the way. That's okay, I should work around it. Oh, just break it loose. After that, pretty easy. Alright, we got those two nuts loose on the front of the carburetor. We're going to go ahead and... Alright. Let's go ahead. There's a Phillips on that hose clamp right there. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Phillips. We got the front two, this one and the other side loose. Just have to loosen up the throttle cap up top, and then I'm going to go to the other side and loosen up the choke. Just like that. Okay. Now you guys should be able to see in there, it is free. Remember, we just loosened this. All you have to do is put it back like that and set it in the proper groove, tighten it up, make sure you get your end of your cable into here, and you'll be all set. We'll obviously run through that when it comes time. Let's go back to the other side. So yeah, this is taking the carburetor off of a Polaris Outlaw 90 without removing any plastics. Another thing that'll help you guys is if you just take the bolts out of the front, the carburetor will have a lot more play in it. Now that we have everything else loose, take our bolt, put it in our tray, other bolt from the other side. Got it. Put that one in the tray, and now she should fall off of that manifold there, which drops it down from the gas tank even more. And now you can probably turn it, yep, just like that, turn it, and be able to slide that throttle cap out of the top. Alright guys, we got it turned. I went to the other side, pulled it out. Make sure you pull off your drip hose, your overfill hose, which is obviously my issue right now. Got too much gas, and then pull her straight out. And then obviously make sure your gas is in the off position on your petcock. This is what it looks like. A little dirty on top, but I know it's not dirty inside. Obviously I'll pop it open. We'll see what's going on. We're gonna pop that off. A little bit of gas coming out, but it stopped, which means our petcock is working. Go ahead and loosen this one up. Loosen this one up. And then continue removing them. I'll get my tray over here. Right there. Make sure you guys don't lose the washers on the ends of these little screws. They are tiny. You can see the washer right here. Make sure they don't fall off. You don't want those. And this is what the bowl looks like, guys. It's not very dirty at all. It's actually really clean. And this is going to be our float height here. Fix you guys up right here. That's our float. We even have it set so that the gas turns off a little bit sooner. You can still see there's lots of recoil. The spring is working. It seems to be all right. But our issue is going to be right in here. You got your main jet and your pilot jet, and then you have your seat and pin in here, and that's what we're worried about today. So when the gas floats up and pushes this up, it's supposed to block a gas flow. It's supposed to pinch it off so that it doesn't receive any more gas. So we're gonna pull that out. Just pull that little pin out of the back side. Make sure when you guys pull this up, you don't lose your... Oh my God. All right, let me find it. There it is. This is what we're looking at. This right here. You can see there's some gunk around it, and it's pretty rock hard. Yeah, it's not squishing down or anything. That is what you called a fried pin there. The seat is no good anymore. There's a lot of what looks like corrosion or like gunk buildup on it. So let's hope that the next one's not like that. Okay, get you guys set up right here. This is what it's going to be like to take the carburetor off without plastics on, which is going to be 100 times easier, guys. And your carburetor's out. Alright, same deal on this one, guys. Something I didn't mention last time is sometimes all these don't seat perfectly, so make sure that your O-ring is in there. That goes onto the manifold. You want to make sure that that is nice and sealed off. Otherwise you will lose air or get more air than you want, and that'll cause an issue. You'll end up having to feed your carburetor more gas. Pretty sure you can buy a whole set of those things off Amazon, like a whole case of different sizes and thicknesses for like 20-30 bucks. So I mean, go and get you one. Let's flip. So let's hope that one works out. That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, you can take the time to check your pilot and your main jet. Make sure you got a handy dandy little flathead. I'll go ahead and just amuse you guys with these real quick. Take one out. All you want to do is put that up to light. Make sure you can see right through it. Give it a quick little blow. And I'm sure you guys can see through that. She's clear. Go ahead and set that one back in there. If you want to, if you guys have Harbor Freights where you're at, go take a peek at Harbor Freight. I bought an ultrasonic cleaner, and there's like a gallon ultrasonic cleaner for like 65 bucks. I mean, it's a dream. Pop that in there with some what is that green cleaner? I forgot. Simple Green aircraft parts cleaner is what you're looking for. You can't see through this one, so go ahead and blow through it. I can see through it. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it though. I don't think so. I assure you guys that I can see through it though. There it is. There we go. She's clear. Those are clear. That's clear. Set that back in there. We know she's all clean. There should be no clogs. We recently took apart the gas tank too and washed that out, reinstalled it, so I know that that should be clean. There should be no contaminants coming from the gas tank. And now we can set the bowl back on. This goes a certain way. As you can see, this is over here. You can see the little ring outline. We're just gonna go ahead and make sure we put that back just how it is. Boop. Line that up. Set your screws in there. Set them in, set them in. Grab Philip, your trusty friend. Get it just barely snug, and then go ahead and run your second one in. And I'd say get that one just about a little bit more snug. Come back to this one. Tighten it down as much as you see fit. You'll feel it stop. You shouldn't go any further than the stop, guys. And that's about it. Simple as that. Carburetor rebuild done, basically, guys. I mean, when you get a rebuild kit, you'll get the ring for around the bowl. You'll go ahead and you'll get those 2 jets, and you'll probably get a new float and seat and pin. And that's about it. So everything that I just took apart, guys, is gonna be what you need for a rebuild on a carburetor. And it's just that simple. Let's go ahead and stick it back in the 4-wheeler that was in the front here. We're gonna stick it in this one with the plastics on it, obviously, because, you know, why not do the harder one and get it over and done with. And then once I get those new carburetors in, we'll put them in here, set the gas tank from on the go-kart right there. We'll set that back in there, hook up the lines and everything, and then we'll try and fire her up too. Let's give it a go. Alright, time to put the carburetor back, guys. The one with all the plastics on it. So the first thing I suggest is the throttle. Make sure you guys definitely put that in first before trying to squeeze this thing in. It just won't happen. And what you're going to notice is you got a spring on this. The pin, the throttle pin, and then there is 3 settings normally, 3 to 5 settings, little ridges in there with a little clip on it where you guys can adjust your pin height. So if you set it all the way at the top, it's going to be down into the bowl farther. If you set it all the way at the bottom of the pin, the lowest setting, it's going to be up higher, and it's going to allow more gas through. So we have it set, I think, right in the middle. Seems to work out all right there. And one other thing you're gonna notice is inside here, there's a little key, just a little ridge right there on the left side. I don't know if you guys can see it, but in there, there's a little ridge. You wanna make sure that this side of your throttle is on there. That's gonna slide right over that ridge and right into the hole. Feel around a little bit. There it is. Slide it in there. If it doesn't slide in easy, guys, then you want to pull it back out and try again. It should slide in there very easily. If the slide's not moving through the bowl that easily, then you got a problem. We'll tighten that on there, and we're gonna get finger tight. That's it. And then we're gonna go ahead and slide her into position. And we're going to tighten this up before we put those 2 bolts in the front, because that's going to pull the carburetor forward, and once you get it set on that manifold, there is no moving it around. So at least we get some manipulation having it in the air hose right now, guys. So we got it nice and tight in there. My O-ring's still in place. I'm going to set this up like that, hold it up, and I'm going to run one of those screws in there. Alright, next step, guys, is the choke cable. We left that dingling dangling somewhere. Here it is. Alright, pull the choke, and it moves back and forth just as it should. There we go. Don't forget your drip tube, guys. Your overflow tube, and let's make sure we put on our gas. So that's right here. Slide that out of there, and we're gonna slide that right over the top. I doubt you guys can see that because, you know, my big ass hand was in the way. So all right, we got one more coming from this little air box here. Whoop. Stick that back on there. That one goes to the crankcase, and we just got to get our drip tube from the other side on, and we're set, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just start feeding it gas, and let's see what happens, right?